You are, of course, in London calling the Broncos-Jets game Sunday, Rich, bright and early.
Can confirm.
Over here on NFL Network. Tell me what you've gotten into, what you've learned so far since getting over there.
Well, we Zoomed with the Jets today. We Zoomed with Aaron Glenn and a handful of players, including Justin Fields. And look, what they're hanging their hat on right now is nobody's given up, which obviously is not what you want to hang your hat on usually 5 weeks into a season. But, Aaron Glenn keeps talking about how he's not giving up on the players, that there's a certain belief that everyone has in him and he in them, and that it's unshakable. And he said it looks like deja vu, exactly the same as when it started for him as the defensive coordinator in Detroit for Dan Campbell, who, when we talked about the other day, guys, was started 0-10-1, as you pointed out, Chris. Yep. And the thing that Aaron Glenn brought up as well that I forgot is they started 1-6 the year after that, and things began to turn. And he says the things look the same on the record side, as well as the side of everybody in the building buying into a culture that eventually will stick, and how this team lost on a 60-yard field goal in week 1. In week 3, with their backup quarterback, almost beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, put a massive scare in them and had a lead towards the end. And Justin Fields, as I'm going through everything here, here's a stat that jumped out at me. His passer rating is 100.1, and the last Jets quarterback to have that passer rating through 5 weeks of a season was Brett Favre in 2008. He hasn't thrown an interception. He's got 4 touchdowns in the air, 3 on the ground. Breece Hall's doing his thing. Garrett Wilson is off the hook, and they just keep turning it over and committing penalties. And if they clean that up, they'll have a chance. Like, that's literally what they're hanging their hats on right now, along with the fact that they do have some talented players on both sides of the ball. So we'll see. The problem is that the Broncos are coming in with the reigning defensive player of the year in Pat Surtain II to stick on Garrett Wilson. And the only other guy on the team that's been at the wide receiver position that's been targeted more than 5 times this year is Josh Reynolds. So it's Mason Taylor, who I believe both of you have picked up in fantasy leagues. They really dig him quite a bit, and that's the reason why his production's been boosted over the last couple of weeks. Is that they feel like he's come along and they're really going to try to target him. But again, the issue is Surtain can be right there on Garrett Wilson, and then that's the reigning defensive player of the year, and you could make the case significantly so. Through 5 weeks, the current leader for Defensive Player of the Year is playing for the Denver Broncos right in front of Surtain and Nick Bonito, who had 2.5 sacks of Jalen Hurts just 5 days ago, or 6 days ago now. And man, is he just on fire. This is another stat that leapt out at me. Here, I have it right here in front of me because, again, I'm a professional. Let me put on my glasses here. The Broncos have 84 sacks since the beginning of last season, which is 22 more sacks than any other team. Wow. And they have 21 total sacks, including 6 last week. That's 5 more than anybody else in the NFL. So they're feeling it on defense, and Knicks and this offense just had their best quarter of the season, having 18 points unanswered in Philadelphia, and they're feeling it. Sean Payton going for that 2-point conversion as everybody energized. We're Zooming with the Broncos tomorrow. So that's what I can give you in terms of a preview of that game for Sunday morning in the States.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.